Hi dear students, how are you? Welcome to our channel Mr. Chemistry. And in this session we are going to learn the top 10 question and answers from D and F block elements. And we will start with the first question. Let us see what is first question here. Account for the following. Zinc is not considered as transition element. Before discussing this one, first you have to know what is meant by transition element. See here. Transition element. Transition elements are nothing but D block elements. D block elements. And condition is D block elements with incompletely filled d orbitals. With incompletely filled d orbitals. They have incompletely filled d orbitals. And see here, zinc is not considered as a transition element. Reason, zinc belongs to second B group, and second B group elements zinc, cadmium and mercury, they have completely filled d orbitals. Completely filled d orbitals are present. Completely filled d orbitals are present in these three things. That's why not only zinc, cadmium and mercury also not considered as transition element. All transition elements are D block elements, but all D block elements are not transition elements. Please note down this one and we will move to next one. Okay. Second one is, what are the different oxidation states exhibited by the lanthanides? Oxidation states exhibited by lanthanides. See here, majority of the lanthanides, they exhibit +3 oxidation state. Majority of lanthanides shows, or you can say exhibited or exhibits +3 oxidation state. +3 oxidation state. And see here, rarely they exhibit +2 and +4 oxidation state. Rarely they exhibit +2 and +4 oxidation state. Once again you check it. What are the different oxidation states exhibited by the lanthanides? Majority of the lanthanides, they shows or exhibits +3 oxidation state, and rarely they shows, or you can say exhibits +2 and +4 oxidation states. These are the common oxidation states of lanthanides. Okay, please note down and we will move to the next one. The third one, once you check the third one, assign reason for the following. Copper 1 ion is not known in aqueous solution. Not known in aqueous solution means copper 1 ion is not exists in aqueous solution. What is the reason? See here, they are asking reason. Copper 1 ion is nothing but, what is copper 1 ion? Copper 1 ion is nothing but cuprous ion. Copper 1 ion is nothing but cuprous ion. Cuprous ion, Cu+1. See here, Cu+1 in presence of water in aqueous solution, it undergoes a disproportionation reaction. It undergoes disproportionation reaction and it gives a stable oxidation state Cu+2, and it gives copper atom also. See here, this is a cupric ion. Cu+2 is cupric ion. It undergoes disproportionation reaction. What is meant by disproportionation reaction? Disproportionation reaction is a redox reaction in which same substance or same molecule or same ion undergoes both oxidation and reduction. Let us check this one. Here what is the oxidation state of copper? +1. Here it is +1. Here it is +2. Here it is 0. 0 oxidation state because it is in elemental form. +1 to +2, increase in oxidation number. Increase in oxidation number is called oxidation. And same Cu +1, it is undergoing reduction. Here oxidation number is 0, means +1 to 0 reducing, decrease in oxidation number. Decrease in oxidation number is called reduction. Okay, and here I will show that one clearly. Increase in oxidation number, oxidation, and decrease in oxidation number, reduction. Here cuprous ion is undergoing both oxidation and reduction. Okay, balance this one, write 2 here to balance these two things. It is undergoing disproportionation reaction. Reason, both oxidation and reduction takes place by Cu +1, cuprous ion. See here, copper 1 ion is not known in aqueous solution. Reason, immediately it undergoes disproportionation reaction and it forms a cupric ion. Okay, that is the reason. Please note down this one. Next, check the fourth one. See here, explain giving reasons. Explain giving reasons. Transition metals and compounds generally exhibit a paramagnetic behavior. Paramagnetic behavior. What is the reason for exhibiting paramagnetic behavior? Simple. We already discussed this one. Presence of unpaired electrons. Presence of unpaired electron. Presence of unpaired electrons responsible for paramagnetic behavior. Responsible for paramagnetic behavior. This is the reason, and we will apply this one in case of transition metals. See here, in case of transition metals, they have unpaired electrons. They have unpaired electrons in n-1d orbitals. Okay, n-1d orbitals. They have unpaired electrons. Unpaired electrons are present in n-1d orbitals of transition metals. That's why transition metals and their compounds generally exhibit paramagnetic behavior. Please note down this one. Both are important points. It will help you in some other areas also. Okay, please note down this one. n-1d orbitals having unpaired electrons are responsible for paramagnetic behavior of transition metals and compounds. Note down this one. And please check this one. Fifth one is interesting one. Account for the following. Manganese Mn+2 is more stable than ferrous Fe+2 towards oxidation to +3 state. Okay, once again I will read this one. Mn+2 is more stable than Fe+2 towards oxidation to +3 state. Okay, we will check this one and see here. Mn+2. What is the electronic configuration of Mn+2 with respect to argon? It is 3d5. 3d5 in the sense the 5 d orbitals are half filled. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All are half filled. See here, it is difficult to oxidize to +3 state by losing electron because a half filled is stable configuration. It is difficult to lose electron to become +3 state in case of Mn+2. That's why Mn+2 is more stable. See here, let us check Fe+2. Fe+2 ferrous ion with respect to argon, its configuration is 3d6. Let us check. In d orbital, the electrons are present like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 electrons. See here, by losing one electron, it will get a stable electronic configuration with a half-filled d orbitals. That's why Fe plus 2, ferrous ion, easily loses one of the electron to get stable configuration. That's why, as a result, Fe plus 2, by losing one electron, it becomes Fe plus 3. Okay, that's why Mn plus 2 is more stable than Fe plus 2 towards oxidation to plus 3 state. Oxidation to plus 3 state is easy in case of ferrous ion. Reason? To get a half-filled stable configuration, it loses that one electron. Then what will happen? Then ferric ion has 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Half-filled stable configuration of Fe plus 3, ferric ion. Okay, please check this one. Mn plus 2 is more stable than Fe plus 2 towards the oxidation to plus 3 state. Please note down this one and we will move to the next one. Next, check sixth one. See here, they are asking reasons. Give reasons. Manganese shows the highest oxidation state of +7 with oxygen, but with fluorine it shows the highest oxidation state of +4. Okay, once again check it. Manganese shows the highest oxidation state +7 with oxygen, +4 with fluorine. They are asking what is the reason. And the next one, transition metal shows variable oxidation state. First we will discuss this one and then we will continue with this one. See here, manganese shows the highest oxidation state of +7 with oxygen, +4 with fluorine. Let us see. See here, fluorine, oxygen, both are there. Because of small atomic size of fluorine, manganese is not showing p-pi-d-pi bonding. P-pi-d-pi bonding is not there between manganese and fluorine. That's why maximum oxidation state itself it is +4 in case of manganese with respect to fluorine when it is present with fluorine. And check this one, oxygen. In case of oxygen, when manganese is bonded with oxygen, it shows a p-pi-d-pi bonding. Because of p-pi-d-pi bonding, it shows maximum oxidation state of +7. Manganese shows +7 oxidation state with oxygen, and manganese shows oxidation state of +4 with fluorine. Reason? Difference is p-pi-d-pi bonding is not there in fluorine, and for that one reason, small atomic size of fluorine. Please note down this one. Next one, transition metals shows variable oxidation state. The reason behind the formation of variable oxidation state. Variable oxidation states in the sense different oxidation states. Simple, the reason behind the formation of variable oxidation states is, in case of transition metals, Ns electrons and N-1d electrons both are participating in bond formation. Okay, both are participating in bond formation. This is the reason for variable oxidation states of transition metals. Once again check it. Both ns electrons and n-1 d electrons participates in bond formation. That's why transition metal shows variable oxidation states. Please note down. Next one, seventh one. See here. Assign a reason for each of the following. Here some observations are there. We have to give reasons for these things. First one, the transition metals are hard and have high melting point and boiling point. And second one is the ionization energy. Ionization energy or ionization enthalpy, ionization potential, all are same. Okay. The ionization enthalpy, especially first one and second one, in the first series of the transition elements are found to vary irregularly. There is more irregularity in first series of transition metals. We will see those things and we will check first one. The transition metals are hard and have high melting point and boiling point. Transition metals in the sense except zinc, cadmium and mercury, except zinc, cadmium, mercury, remaining all d block elements are called transition metals. Okay, that's why don't consider zinc, cadmium, mercury under this hardness and having high melting point and boiling point, because these three are not transition metals. These are d block. Okay, that's it. And see here, in case of transition metals, we know in periodic classification we already studied size of the atom. Size of the atom, what will happen from left to right? From left to right in the sense from third B to first B. Third B to first B. What happened? The atomic size decreases. Atomic size decreases. Reason behind the decrease in atomic size is due to increase in effective nuclear charge. Due to increase in effective nuclear charge. Increase in effective nuclear charge. See here, due to increase in effective nuclear charge, atomic size decreases from third B to first B, which comes under transition elements, or you can say transition metals. And see here, the relation between atomic size and hardness. Let us see here, if atomic size decreases, then density increases. Decrease in atomic size increases density. And here the relation between the density and hardness of these things is because of high density, metallic bond strength increases. Metallic bond strength increases. Metallic bond strength increases. Due to increase in metallic bond strength, then what will happen? Hardness will increase. It leads to increase in hardness. Increase in hardness, and at the same time increase in melting point and boiling point. Okay, once again I will explain this one. Please check this one. Due to increase in effective nuclear charge from left to right, from third B to first B of transition elements, atomic size decreases. Due to decrease in atomic size and increase in effective nuclear charge, density increases. And see here, due to increase in density, metallic bond strength increases. Due to increase in metallic bond strength, there is an increase in hardness and increase in melting point and boiling point. All are interrelated with each other. Okay, please note down this one. Don't consider zinc, cadmium and mercury under this one because they are not transition metals, they are d block. Okay, why they are not considered as a transition metals? Because they have completely filled d orbitals. Please note down this one and we will move to 8th one. Yeah, I am sorry and I forgot that one. 7th one has one more question regarding ionization enthalpy in first series of transition metals. I forgot that one, and okay, no problem. It is there in your mind now. And what is the reason for irregularity in the ionization enthalpy of first series of transition metals? See here, it is simple. It is just because of electronic configuration. Ionization enthalpy varies very irregularly in first series. In first series of transition elements. And reason for this one, it is due to electronic configuration, especially stable electronic configuration. Which is stable electronic configuration? Completely filled orbitals or half filled orbitals shows stable configuration. Here in case of transition elements, you can take example D0, D5 and D10. These are stable configurations. Okay, stable configurations. Because of the presence of elements with half filled and completely filled d orbitals in between the elements, it shows some irregularity in ionization enthalpy, especially first ionization and second ionization enthalpies. Okay, please note down. Reason for this one is electronic configuration, stable electronic configuration. Okay, next 8th one. Next 8th one, assign the reasons for the following. Okay, assign reasons for the following. And first one, transition metals and many of their compounds act as good catalyst. Good question, no? And next, second one, transition metals are much harder than alkali metals. We will see. Last question we forgot second one. Now this time we will discuss both. And see here. Transition metals and many of their compounds acts as good catalyst. And see here, you write the reason for this one. Due to variable oxidation states, variable means different. Due to variable oxidation states and complex formation transition metals and many of their compounds acts as good catalyst. Once again check it. Due to variable oxidation states and ability to form complex formation, these are responsible for the catalytic behavior. And let us take few examples here. For example, Haber process is there. Haber's process. What is a Haber's process? Synthesis of ammonia from hydrogen and nitrogen. What is the catalyst here? Iron is the catalyst. Hydrogenation of vegetable oils. Hydrogenation of vegetable oil. What is meant by hydrogenation of vegetable oil? Unsaturated vegetable oils are converted into saturated vegetable fats in presence of what is the catalyst here? Nickel. nickel, in presence of nickel. See here in this hydrogenation of vegetable oil, we are treating unsaturated vegetable oils with hydrogen in presence of nickel as catalyst, nickel as catalyst. And see here one more process, contact process is there. Contact process, what is contact process? Contact process is manufacturing sulfuric acid industrially, okay, industrial manufacturing of sulfuric acid. Here in this case we are using vanadium pentoxide V2O5 as catalyst, okay. Once again check it, transition metals and many of their compounds, transition metals and many of their compounds acts as good catalyst. Reason, due to variable oxidation states and complex formation, okay. Please note down this one. And next one, under 8th one, transition metals are much harder than the alkali metals. Alkali metals. See here, in case of alkali metals, only Ns electrons are participating in bond formation. Ns electrons are participating in bond formation. And in case of transition metals, Ns electrons and N-1d electrons both are participating in bond formation. Due to the participation of Ns electrons and N-1d electrons, strong metallic bonds takes place in case of transition metals. Due to the formation of strong metallic bonds in case of transition metals, due to Ns electrons and N-1d electrons, these are harder than alkali metals. Alkali metals are soft, and few alkali metals are brittle in nature, but in case of transition metals they are very hard due to strong metallic bonds, and strong metallic bond is due to bond formation with Ns electrons and N-1d electrons, okay. Please note down these things and we will move to next one. Next one is 9th one. Please check this one. It has 3 sub-questions. First one is, D block elements exhibit more oxidation states than F block elements. They are asking reasons. And next one, the enthalpies of atomization of the transition metals are high. And third one is, the variation in oxidation states of transition metals is of different types from that of the non-transition metals. Let us see one by one, okay. And first one is, D block elements exhibit more oxidation states than F block elements. D block, F block. They are asking, D block elements exhibit more oxidation states than F block elements. The reason is, the energy difference is very less between Ns electrons, or you can say Ns orbitals, and N-1d electrons or orbitals with those electrons. Very less difference in the energy. That is the reason here. And in case of F block elements, the difference is large. That's why in case of D block elements, they exhibit more oxidation states. Reason, less energy difference in Ns and N-1d electrons. Next one, the enthalpies of atomization of transition metals are high. See here, in case of transition metals, they have more unpaired electrons in their d orbitals. Due to presence of more unpaired electrons, they develop strong metallic bonds. They develop strong metallic bonds. Due to presence of strong metallic bonds formed by the unpaired electrons present in their d orbitals, the enthalpy of atomization is high. Thus, enthalpy of atomization is very high. Once you check the reason, in case of transition metals, they have more number of unpaired electrons. Due to presence of more number of unpaired electrons, strong metallic bonds are formed. Due to presence of strong metallic bonds, enthalpy of atomization is very high in case of transition metals. And next one, the variation in oxidation state of transition metals is of different types from that of non-transition metals. Transition metals, non-transition metals. See here, for example, if you take Cu plus 1 and Cu plus 2, cuprous ion and cupric ion, difference in oxidation number is 1. Take ferrous ion and ferric ion, Fe plus 2, Fe plus 3, difference in oxidation state is 1. See here, in case of transition metals, the difference in oxidation states of same element is unity. Unity in the sense, difference is 1 in most of the cases. But if you check non-transition metals, for example, you take lead, Pb plus 2 and Pb plus 4, difference is 2. And take Sn plus 2, tin, stannous, Sn plus 4. In case of ions of tin, Sn plus 2 and Sn plus 4, difference is 2. Okay. The variation in oxidation states of transition metals is of different type from that of non-transition metals. Best examples are these 4. The difference in oxidation states of same elements is unity, or you can say 1. Example, cuprous, cupric, ferrous, ferric. And non-transition elements with more difference more than 1 is Pb plus 2, Pb plus 4, Sn plus 2, Sn plus 4. Please note down this one and we will discuss last one, that is the 10th one. Okay, please take this one. And coming to 10th one is also one of the important 3 marks question. Please check this one. In 10th one, 3 sub questions are there. First one, see here, metal bonding is more extensive in 4D and 5D series of transition elements than 3D series. See here, metal bonding means metallic bond. Metal bonding is more extensive in 4D and 5D series. Okay. Metal bonding. Metal bonding is more extensive in 4D and 5D series than 3D series. Simple reason, see here, shielding is low, or you can say shielding is less in case of 4D and 5D series compared to 3D series. The shielding is more in case of 3D, low in case of 4D and 5D series. Because of low shielding, metal bonding is more extensive in case of 4D and 5D series. They extend it to more metallic bonds will form. That's why these are strong, okay, compared to 3D series. Once again check it. Due to low shielding, 4D and 5D series metals, they have metal bonding to more extensive. compared to 3D series. And next one, Mn manganese 3 undergoes disproportionation reaction easily. Manganese 3 in the sense Mn plus 3. Mn plus 3. See here, it is less stable in presence of water. Immediately it changes to Mn plus 2. Okay, and see here, 2 oxygens, 1 oxygen, write 2 here, 2 to 4 hydrogens, write 4 here, and 2 manganese, write 2 here. And see here, oxidation state of Mn plus 3 is 3, here it is 2, here it is oxygen minus 2 into 2 minus 4, then it will be 4. Plus 3 to plus 2, decrease in oxidation number. Plus 3 to plus 4, increase in oxidation number. Means decrease in oxidation number, reduction. Increase in oxidation number, oxidation. Means here manganese plus 3 ion undergoing both reduction and oxidation. That's why it is called disproportionation reaction. Disproportionation reaction. Mn plus 3 is less stable. Okay, it is less stable. It becomes more stable in presence of water. It forms more stable ion, that is Mn plus 2. Please note down this one. See here, third one is covered with reduction here. Once you please check this one. Name a member of the lanthanide series which is well known to exhibit plus 4 oxidation state. See here, in previous questions we already discussed lanthanides. Majority of lanthanides, they form plus 3 oxidation state. Plus 3 oxidation states. Majority of lanthanides. Very few, rarely they exhibit plus 2 oxidation state and plus 4 oxidation state. Here they are asking, name a member of the lanthanide series which is well known to exhibit plus 4 oxidation state. And well known member is cerium plus 4. Please note down this one. The first element of lanthanide series, cerium, it shows plus 4 oxidation state. And see here, once again revise all the questions. And today we discussed most important questions from D and F block elements. Please revise these things well, and in further classes I will give few more important questions from same lesson. And till that time you have to practice all these things. These are all very useful for your board exam 2020-21. Okay, and don't forget to subscribe our channel. What is our channel? Mr. Chemistry. Okay, don't forget to subscribe it. Please like it, share with your friends. Okay, and spread the knowledge. It will improve our knowledge. Okay, thank you all of you. Till that time, bye.